Hi, welcome back to the recap room. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a cannibal horror film titled The Green Inferno. This video contains spoilers. The movie begins with a petrochemical company tearing down the Amazonian forest and destroying the houses of the native tribes living there. The scene changes to a college setting where Justin watches Alejandro playing the guitar and performing for the crowd there. Justin's friends hands her a brochure for Alejandro's activist group and invites them to a meeting they have in the evening. She agrees to show up and goes to meet her father for lunch. Justin's father was a lawyer for the United Nations. The two chat over lunch and then Justin leaves for the meeting. The theme of the meeting that night was to protect the Amazonian forests. Alejandro tells them that one company is cutting down the forest and destroying the houses of the tribes living there. Justin asks Alejandro how is he planning to save the tribes and if they will have to remain hungry in the forest to save them. This does not sit well with Alejandro and he kicks Justin out of the meeting. She angrily leaves and one of her friends chases her and tells her that Alejandro is not a bad person and that he's just passionate about activism. The next morning, Justin meets Alejandro in their college and apologizes to him for being insensitive. Alejandro accepts her apology and tells her that he wants to help the native tribes because everyone deserves to be helped. They then come up with an elaborate plan to help save the rainforest from being taken down. Alejandro tells the group of volunteers that for them to take down the company, they need a solid plan. So he briefs them on the possible problems that they might face. He tells them that there are no signals in the rainforest, and because the company is taking down the forest, they will have security with them to fight off any protesters like them. He tells them that they will go to the forest a day before the company starts working and steal the signals so that they can broadcast their protest live and get supporters, which will cause the company to cease its work. As the day approaches for the activists to leave for the rainforest, Justin calls her father and lies to him about why she needs to leave. Everyone reaches the airport where they meet Carlos, who is funding their trip. Carlos was a drug dealer, and although Justin questions how one man can fund so many people, she decides to not say anything. The team reaches their hotel, where they rest for a while, and then they are taken to their destinations on boats. There, everyone quickly changes into the uniforms of the workers. They are handed chains and padlocks and told to lock themselves against the bulldozers and trees. Everyone manages to lock themselves, but Justin's lock does not work. All of a sudden, the company's security comes running toward them with guns pointed at them, while everyone uses their phones to record everything that is happening live. Justin gets caught by the security head, who threatens to shoot her. Scared, Justin asks Alejandro to help her. However, he ignores her and even asks the men to kill her, since her father is a lawyer for the UN, which would mean trouble for the company. Then, the security head gets a call from someone who tells him to let everyone go. With the guns lowered, the activists are then arrested and taken to their boats by the police. Once they reach the airport, Carlos is waiting for them. He pays the police off and asks them to let everyone go. Once in the air, everyone begins to celebrate as they had managed to fulfill their mission and had even gotten the world's attention. Justin sits unhappily in the plane as she realizes that she was only brought along so that her father could be used as leverage. But before she can say anything, one of the plane's engines catches fire. Their plane crashes, due to which some of the activists and Carlos are killed. Daniel wakes up injured and rushes to find his GPS phone so that he can send out a message for help. Cara, Alejandro's girlfriend, hears some noise and she heads towards it. Suddenly, she is shot in the neck with an arrow and falls. Alejandro rushes to help her, but she is once again shot in the forehead and dies. The rest of the activists are then hit by tranquilizers and knocked out. They are taken by the natives who have painted themselves red and are chanting loudly. The group realizes that something is not right when they spot several dead bodies displayed around the coast. The girls start screaming because they have become disoriented. However, the natives don't let them go. They are then taken deeper into the forest, where the chief of the tribe is called out to inspect them. The chief begins to check everyone and speaks to some of her men, who then throw the group into small cages. A few moments later, they realize that Daniel is missing, and since he has the GPS phone, no one can get signals to call for help without him. Meanwhile, Daniel is outside with the natives and he is made to drink tea, after which he loses consciousness. The men then lift him and place him on a rock. As Daniel regains consciousness, the female chief gouges out his eyeballs and lifts it in the air to show it off to everyone. Everyone cheers, and the rest of the activists watch in horror as the chief then gouges out Daniel's second eyeball as well. She cuts his tongue, and his limbs are chopped off. All the while, Daniel is alive and screaming in pain. Eventually, his head is chopped off as well, and the natives drink his blood. His body is then skinned and cooked. The activists realize that these natives are cannibals. That night, the surviving activists talk among themselves and they regret their decision to come. Alejandro reveals that he wanted to gain popularity and was not much concerned about stopping the company, as he knew that another company would have resumed cutting down the rainforest. He then tells them that someone might come to help them, but it will take a few days. Everyone claims that they will not survive for that long, but Alejandro tells them that Daniel was fat and that he will last a few days before the cannibals come looking for their next meal. That morning, everyone is woken up by cannibal children. All of the girls are taken out of the cages and brought up to the female chief, who checks them for virginity. She finds that only Justin is a virgin and she is knocked out before she is taken away. One of the girls spots a boat on the coast and wants to escape. She tells the others about it and they come up with a plan to escape. To distract the cannibal guard watching over them, they throw away one of the cell phones and play music on it, distracting him. The girl quickly climbs out of the cage and runs to the boat to hide. A few moments later, a naked Justin is returned to the cage, but she does not remember what was done to her. The activists are then offered food and they begin to eat. One of the girls notices that there is skin in the food that she's eating. Horrified, she recognizes the tattoo on the skin and realizes that she's eating the flesh of her friend Samantha. She breaks the dish and uses the sharp piece to cut her throat, killing herself. Alejandro acts quickly and stuffs the dead girl's mouth with marijuana. He tells the others that when they eat her and become high, they can use that chance to escape. When the headhunter arrives once again, he takes away the dead body and the cannibals eat her. Sure enough, they get high and some even lose consciousness. Taking the chance, the activists try to escape. Alejandro uses one of the tranquilizers to tranquilize one of their friends to distract cannibals for long enough so that they can escape. When Lars regains consciousness, he's surrounded by two cannibals, and although he tries to distract them, they bite into his flesh. He temporarily manages to escape, but gets chased down by the rest of the cannibals, who end up eating him alive. Meanwhile, Justin and another survivor make their way through the water to the crash site. They see that the cannibals have made the crash site into a shrine and have hung the bodies of their friends up to posts. Daniel finds the GPS phone and picks it up when suddenly the cannibals show up again and tranquilize Justin and her friend again. When Justin wakes up, she's being prepared for a ceremony that Justin realizes is female circumcision, while Daniel is tied up to a post and beaten until his limbs are broken. The cannibals then lather a paste on him that causes ants to crawl on his skin and eat it. Just when the chief comes closer to Justin, one of the cannibals brings the head of a construction worker. Realizing that another company has come to tear down the forest, all the cannibals rush to fight them off. Justin takes this chance to escape. She tries to help Daniel, but is killed. Justin takes the phone from Daniel's pocket and hears Alejandro calling her. He asks her to help him, but Justin refuses to listen and escapes with the help of one of the cannibal children. Another cannibal child spots Justin escaping and runs after her with her father. They let her go, thinking the wild animals in the forest will eventually kill her. However, Justin manages to escape. She comes across militia men who are killing the cannibals. She shows them the phone to confirm that she is a survivor and not a cannibal. She's then taken away on a helicopter. Back home, she tells the government officials that all her friends died in the plane crash and that the natives help her get off the island. She lies so that the government will put a stop to forest clearing. And that was it for the recap, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and hit the notification bell to get updated on our uploads.